Welcome back to Soul. Thank you for joining me today. I'm really grateful that you're lending me your ear and your time. I hope you've had a lovely week so far and that wherever you are, it is sunny. And if it's not sunny on the outside, then at least you've got summer on the inside. Great song, by the way. Today, I'd like to talk about the problem with perfect. We live in a time where perfection is everywhere. AI can generate flawless faces in seconds. Influencers edit their entire lives into curated highlight reels and perfect bodies, and social media constantly feeds us a version of reality that isn't actually real. The world has never looked more perfect or more fake. And here's the thing, self-care is booming, and that's amazing. People are actually investing in themselves, their skin, their health, their gut, their well-being. But alongside that, there's also this rising pressure, especially for women, but also for men, truly for people of all ages, to fit into an aesthetic, to look just right, to maybe have a six-pack, maybe have no hair on your chest, maybe tweak a little bit your upper lip, fix your nose, filter out anything that isn't aligned with this impossible standard. Now, let me be clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with doing something that makes you feel good about yourself. I know people who have had nose jobs that have actually saved their lives in how they look at each other. If there's something that causes you insecurity and you know that changing it or doing something about it will help you walk a little taller, then by all means, do it. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin. But at the same time, I hope we don't lose sight of the beauty in just being. Because perfection isn't real. It doesn't exist in nature. It doesn't exist in people, and it definitely doesn't exist on Instagram. If you look at a tree, have you ever seen a perfect tree? A perfect flower? No. And you can tell me, well, it was almost, yeah, technically it is perfect. It could be in your eyes it's perfect, but perfection does not actually exist in nature. People always talk about circles and how when we were kids, we always used to try and draw the perfect circle. And if you didn't draw a perfect circle, you were mocked. But actually, I remember reading about this, that scientifically speaking, in nature, even the globe, right, is a little bit more ovally than round. There isn't actually a perfect circle in life. Because nature isn't about symmetry or flawlessness. Nature is about being alive. And we are exactly the same. We're made of stardust, for goodness sake. Every line on our face, every phase of our life, every change we go through, it's all part of what makes us real. So especially for the younger ones, or for the guys who think that they need to look like a bodybuilder to get girls, or the girls who feel like they absolutely need to get everything done in order to look real. I also want to dedicate this to people I've seen on TikTok and Instagram who are much younger, barely in their teenage years, and already trying to fill their faces with makeup, or guys trying to buff themselves up just in order to look cool and to look like the people on social media. And I want to remind you that none of it is real. Some of it is, of course, and that's exactly why I created all of this, to remind us that we need to keep it real. It's great, of course, to be beautiful, but all of this is things that we are. It's not things that we do or that we need to, you can do beautiful. It means doing good, right? But you don't need to be doing anything else outside of everything that you have been given through your parents, through the universe, source, God, whatever you want to refer it to. You are already beautiful because you are real. And I want to remind you again that there are so many pages, again on TikTok and Instagram, that basically track people who are filtering their pictures and filtering their lives so much. I even remember a friend of mine telling me how she was sitting next to a couple arguing so much about taking a picture. And then the picture has the cheesiest comment. And people look at it and say, oh, I hope one day I have a perfect relationship like this. No. Please don't let this fog up your brain with what is perfect or what could be perfect. Make it your own. And remember that there's nothing wrong with enhancements, but there's also everything right with being real, being natural, growing into yourself, and embracing every season of your life, of your relationships, of your workouts, of your nutrition, of how you're growing your hair or cutting it short or going through a frizzy phase, whatever it is. Please don't let AI, filters, or someone else's version of beauty make you forget your own. Because in the end, real will always be more beautiful than perfect. Thank you so much for joining me again. I want to remind you that this mindset, as always, takes time, and we do it step by step, day by day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week on Soul.